Alright guys, we're cutting straight to the chase. If you are looking for the UFC bandwagons to jump on in 2026, then this list is built on clear criteria for that, because every fighter on this list is on a win streak, is under 30 for potential for long-term dominance, and are actually fun to watch, whether it be entertaining personalities or, of course, their dominant performances in their MMA careers. Now, coming in at number 5, we have a fighter helping put Portugal firmly on the UFC map alongside Manel Cap, and that is Mario Pinto. He is 11-0, he's undefeated, riding a 3-fight knockout streak in the UFC brutally, and at just 27 years old, he's already shown a level of composure that's extremely rare for the heavyweight division, let alone being for that age in general. And this guy has got 5-round experience on the regional scene. He's a fundamentally sound striker with very high-level boxing. He's very calm under pressure, and he has a style that translates extremely well at heavyweight with the strike speed he does have. He's very composed, he's patient, he's technically clean on the feet, and he does have a bit of personality with him too.
Glad I practiced something in English. I'm going to speak English now. Forgive my English. So basically, I want to give a big shout out to my people in London and England.
But aside from that, when it comes to his training, he's trained partly with Tom Aspinall's team, so his development has been extremely clear, going against these very fast, dynamic heavyweights, like obviously Tom Aspinall and guys like Mick Parkin, and even Ante D'Elia, who has great striking as well. But beyond the striking, he brings legitimate grappling upside as well. He's a BJJ brown belt at the moment, but he's got solid double leg takedowns, he's got underrated transitions on the ground, and he showcased that very effectively against Gennady Diniz, controlling him pretty much the entire fight. But before the UFC, he made a statement on Dana White's Contender Series. He stopped the previously undefeated Lucas Camacho, a very respected LFA prospect, destroying him very quickly, and then he followed that up by absolutely annihilating Austin Lane in his UFC debut. So ultimately, at his age, with the skill set and the level of composure that he brings, Mario Pinto looks like a heavyweight who isn't just winning now, but one who's just built for long-term dominance in that division. Now, in at number 4, we have Iwo Baranuski, who is the next generation of Polish power. This guy is quickly building a reputation on very elite durability, very heavy hands, and a style that's just tailor-made for excitement from all blood-hungry fans. Baranuski is a very high-output, entertaining striker with a lot of damn power in those hands, but he's also not one-dimensional at the same time. He does have a pretty sneaky submission game on his side that makes him very dangerous wherever the fight goes, whether he's standing banging or whether he's looking at the grappling front. And at just 27 years old as well, he's already a well-rounded finisher with a 100% finish rate, showing excellent timing and composure, especially in chaotic exchanges. We can ask Ibo Aslan that, but whether the fight is clean or it turns into a firefight, he consistently finds the moment to end his opponents again and again and again. And on top of that, Baranuski has the physicality and skill set to compete at both light heavyweight and heavyweight, which he has shown on the regional scene. And if he continues to refine this aggressive style he has, he's on track to become one of the most consistently entertaining fighters in the UFC over the next half a decade at least. I mean, it's pretty simple to say. In just 2 UFC appearances, his total cage time is under 2 minutes, including an arguable fight of the year against Ibo Aslan and that 20-second finish against Muhammad Ali on Dana White's Contender Series. So it's clear to say that the impact has been immediate, and it's really only just the beginning for Iwo Baranuski. In at 3rd place, we have Chael Sonnen Reborn. We have Josh Hockett, who is cringy as hell, but the guy is undeniably entertaining. He's got post-fight interviews that are hilarious. They're filled with rhymes. He's got trash talk for days.
I can strangle lightning and mangle thunder. The one who can end world hunger. The bee's knees, the big cheese, and me losing in a fist fight. N-word, please.
While he can border on that cringiness very easily, it just works, because most importantly, the guy just keeps winning his fights. He's 8-0 with a genuinely well-rounded skill set. He carries real power in his hands, very fast with that strike speed, a sneaky submission arsenal that includes arm bars, rear naked chokes, and arm triangles through the regional scene. But his standout weapon is his wrestling. He's a 2-time Div 1 All-American wrestler, he's a former NFL athlete, and an elite athlete by UFC standards with that. His grappling base really sets the tone for everything he does, especially in comparison to the joke of a heavyweight roster he is amongst at the moment. He has the size and the speed to compete at both light heavyweight and heavyweight like Iwo Baranowski, and for a heavyweight in particular, his speed is a major advantage when it comes to most of these matchups he can have. So realistically, as long as that win streak continues, which it does not look like it's going to break anytime soon, his ability on the microphone, that gift of the gab, really just accelerates his rise. I mean, Josh Hockett has already shown a willingness to lean fully into that villain heel role, from sticking the finger at Denzel Freeman in his last fight to very controversial post-fight comments like praising his dad for beating him and randomly stating that Brittany Griner's a man, to then openly roasting other fighters like Michael Chandler over his kids and Waldo Cortez Acosta over his personal life, which we'll leave at that.
What's this black baby doing? I'm not black. I'm Dominican, Poppy.
Oh dear.
Oh, you know whose kid this is, Ariel? Waldo Cortez Acosta. He must have dropped it in me bag backstage. That's what he does to his kids. Where's my dad? But don't worry. Michael Chandler will probably adopt him soon.
Oh gosh.
Hockett is just a deliberate throwback to that old school WWE style trash talk that fans today really do love. And
Power and glory, soon to be sour and gory when I'm done with this heavyweight division. Right, Jared?
You guys,
Right?
when he gets done saying it, you're free to clap, to cheer, don't anything you want, right? Yeah, Josh, that was right. Any of that. So thank you guys.
What do you call a Mexican that hates protein powder?
What do you call them, Josh?
No way, Jose. Right, Jared?
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
what separates him from pure talkers is the resume, man. Honestly, he's delivering dominant performances across 3 major promotions now: Bellator, LFA, and now the UFC. And with that speed advantage, the confidence, the wrestling pedigree, and the overall completeness of his game, Josh Hockett is not an easy problem to solve, and he's only getting louder and more dangerous as he goes on. Now, in at second place, we have Quillen Salkild, one of the most polarizing and fast-rising prospects in the UFC at the moment, who is also known as Q Demonetization, the Minority Killer.
I think that's the best part.
Is that your favorite meme?
Yeah, the memes. I'm Pakistan's greatest warrior, freaking minority killer. Like what? That's all the memes are about now. I'm not even. I've worked so hard for all these years, and now that I've finally got here to the point I want to be, that's what I'm known for. Yeah, great.
But Quillen Salkild really puts it together, man. I mean, the guy has only lost once in his entire career, which was his debut fight. And since then, he's put together an 11-fight win streak, including a perfect 5-0 run in the UFC. And that's all at just 26 years old, which with my age, I'm wondering what the hell I'm doing with my life if he is doing that. But aside from Salkild, seriously is here to entertain us. He's completely well-rounded. He's got genuine knockout power in his hands and his kicks, very clean striking on the feet in general, and relentless pace, especially with that wrestling. He just overwhelms fighters with that wrestling. I mean, he burst onto the scene as the debutant of the year. He absolutely starched Anshul Jubilee, the GOAT, in 19 seconds, and he's been steamrolling everyone ever since. But really looking at that relentless high output wrestling base, which I think is one of the most impressive things, was clear against Yanal Ashmouz. Just dominated him from pillar to post, really out-wrestled him, out-grappled him, and Yanal Ashmouz is no joke of a fighter. Quillen just showed that he's a different level even at that age, and even past that, he's dangerous with his submissions as well, which Jamie Mullarkey just found out, and we all bloody know that he can show real composure and finishing instinct at UFC 321 for the prime example, absolutely annihilating Nasrat Haqparast. So ultimately, Quillan Salkeld has been borderline flawless inside the cage in general, but outside the cage, this guy, he just gets even better. He gambles his bloody winnings.
Yeah, let's not talk about your gambling problem. You have a gambling problem.
No, it's not a problem, man.
Did you guys see he went to the casino as soon as he won? You're a G for that. That's because that's what I would do.
Yeah, I'm saying gotta double it.
Yeah.
You know, if you get too much money,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna fight as hard to get another bonus.
Yeah.
So that's why every time I'm like, I need, because it's not, oh, I want the bonus, I need it.
Yeah.
So I can blow it again. Yeah.
He posts pretty funny car content, and he just floods social media with hilarious interviews.
My game plan going into the fights is fight the cunt. Fucking. That's it. It's worked every time so far. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stick to that.
And of course, the controversial elephant in the room, Quillan Salkeld has built a very strong reputation around a deliberately controversial running narrative that keeps fans' engagement spiking, which is obviously in relation to him being coined as the minority killer. And before you say, you know, it doesn't count, Jamie Malarkey has even been looped into it as the ginger minority just to keep that title alive. So yeah, it's just the mix of results, confidence, controversial moments, entertainment factor especially through the cage and through his personality has already landed him on main cards, and the UFC clearly knows what they have. So love him or hate him, Quillan Salkeld has really taken the promotion by storm, and right now he is Australia's most popular prospect by a country mile. But now looking at first place, we have the Argentinian Topuria, Kevin Vallejos. Now, if you are looking for the next generation of elite UFC talent, yeah, this is it. At just 24 years old, Vallejos is operating at a skill level far beyond his age, already showing that composure and refinement of fighters that are well into their prime. He just tore through the regional scene with ease and now sits at 17-1 overall, with his lone setback coming via a razor-thin loss to Gene Silva on Dana White's Contender Series. And since then, he's casually just rattled off a 6-fight win streak where he just systematically dismantled every single opponent with some of the cleanest boxing that you'll ever see in the UFC right now. Kevin Vallejos' striking is obviously his calling card. His boxing is so damn sharp and efficient that it's literally earned him that Topuria comparison. He's got the precise timing, he's got the balance, he's got that power just all layered together and just knows how to take his opponents out. And he owns 12 knockout wins alongside with 2 submission victories as well. And while I will say his wrestling and grappling are still developing, they're already pretty serviceable in his fights. With nearly a decade before he reaches his physical prime, continued growth in those areas could seriously just make this guy damn unstoppable. He's dropped nearly everyone he's faced on the regional scene. Then in the UFC itself, he showcased perfect timing against Sungwoo Choi, absolutely destroying him, and then proved his wrestling wasn't a liability against Danny Silva, landing 2 takedowns and then stuffing 8 of Silva's attempts. And then of course, he made history by becoming the first fighter to knock out Giga Chikadze in his last fight, doing so in bloody brutal fashion by knocking him out cold with a spinning back fist, which just showcases a deeper arsenal of unorthodox techniques on top of his elite boxing. Kevin Vallejos doesn't just look like a future contender, he just looks like a guaranteed champion when we look at the up-and-coming prospects that the UFC can have over the next decade. And if there's one bandwagon to jump on with zero hesitation, this is the one, fellas. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video on all of the top bandwagons you need to be jumping on in 2026, but please let me know down below if there's any that you think I have missed. I'd love to hear your opinions on them in those comments below. Now, please like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way for the channel. If you haven't already, definitely just check out the video here on the screen if you want to see more MMA-based content, and I will hope to catch you in the next one.